Today we're going to talk about subtle signals in the luxury industry in 3 minutes. Over the past century, many of the strongest luxury brands have relied on what we call loud signals to build their luxury status and earn international recognition. Loud signals include monograms like the Louis Vuitton LV, logos like Prada, or even recognizable prints like the Burberry plaid. But the democratization of luxury brands means that these loud signals are becoming increasingly visible and losing their luxury cachet. At the same time, luxury consumers are evolving and looking for more discreet ways of expressing themselves. Signals are still important to consumers. After all, if you're going to spend a substantial amount of money on a product, you want that purchase to be recognized. The difference today is that luxury consumers are looking to convey this to a smaller, initiated inner circle. Subtlety and discretion are key. Many luxury brands are taking these new types of behaviors into consideration as they look to reduce their use of loud signals and focus on what we call subtle signals. A subtle signal can take many forms. It could be a color, like Tiffany blue or MS orange, an emblem, like Cartier's panther motif or the Chanel camellia flower, a specific material, Gucci's recurring use of bamboo or the Balenciaga studs primarily seen on their bags, or a way of using that material. Bottega Veneta's interlinking leather called intrecciato is one of the primary markers for a brand that has never used a logo. Their motto is, "When your own initials are enough." Successful subtle signals have two common characteristics. They are unique. The red sole of the Louis Vuitton shoe is so unique a feature that many consumers can recognize the product without seeing a logo. And they reflect the brand's heritage. Christian Dior, for example, liked the stitching used on the chairs at his very first fashion show in 1947. This canage stitching has since become a powerful subtle signal by drawing from the life of the brand's creator. Today, even those brands with really strong loud signals are actively trying to downplay them. But brands need to familiarize their customers with subtle signals by exposing them in a variety of ways. For example, after choosing the serpenti, a snake shape, as a subtle signal, Bulgari slowly began to create the link between the brand and the emblem. Customers might have noticed an actress wearing a serpenti-shaped bracelet at a red carpet event, or subconsciously taken note of a serpenti-shaped Christmas light installation put on their flagship store. Louis Vuitton is another striking example of a brand with a powerful monogram that is making a transition to focus on more subtle signals. They have begun by focusing on the elements of the monogram separately, like the Japanese flower. They have chosen a more subtle muse in Michelle Williams. Everything about their more recent marketing campaigns points to this trend: the tone, color palette, and a fresh new take on the LV monogram. Luxury is going back to its roots, inconspicuous consumption, and these subtle signals are going to be an increasingly big part of this.